folks. Good morning. Obviously, I'm still in bed, and I haven't done a vlog for a while, so I thought I'd do a vlog today. Today, for me, is a self-care day. Yesterday, I set myself up so that I could have this entire day. So what does that mean? I ran some errands, I did some grocery shopping, I did all of my laundry, and I even meal prepped so I'd have lunch and dinner and I wouldn't have to think about it today. So let's get on to the self-care. And the first thing, well, I guess the second thing, the first thing is I need to put on a shirt.
Salagadoola, metchigaboola, bibbidi bop.
I pay the best in the West. Then say the best.
Now that I'm dressed, the next thing on my self-care list. So I like to meditate sitting on my couch, and a lot of you have asked, Spencer, what do you use to meditate? No one has asked that, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I use the app Calm, but I also meditate with my good friend, Oprah, and Deepak Chopra. They're not my good friends, but I wish that they were. They will be someday. Deepak Chopra has an app, and every few months they do like a 21-day free meditation course. So we're 7 days into this most recent meditation course. I'll show you. So here it is, Chopra meditation. We're on day 7, which is already selected. There's like a little centering thought, then there's the mantra, and it's usually about 20 minutes. What I like to do when I meditate is I like to use my Beats because they have noise canceling, and that really helps me like get into the meditation itself. So I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be boring to watch, so we're gonna time lapse it. Here we go. That was a good one. They actually have an app for Deepak and Oprah's meditation. I just use my phone to film all of my vlogs and videos, so I couldn't use the app. I had to use the web version instead. But there's both, so you know, if you don't want to touch your phone the first hour of the day, you can do the web instead. All right, next. Now that I'm all set up, because I'm 100 years old, just kidding, I'm almost 40, I have to stretch or my body is effed throughout the day. So because this year my focus is body, mind, and spirit, I invested in this nice little meditation cushion, yoga mat, and then those blocks that you saw me drop that are cork, so they're good for the environment. You're welcome. And so now I'm just gonna do some stretches for my neck and my shoulders. Here we go. Before I do the next thing that I do on the mat, I just watch the time lapse of what that looks like. That's hilarious. Hi. So this next one is a doozy. This really helps my shoulders. I take this little medicine ball here. Is this a medicine ball or it's just like a tennis ball? Anyway, regardless. And lay on my back, put it under my shoulder, and then do this. Oh, yeah. Oh, right there. Much better. This next one may not be everyone's self-care item, but this one's important for me. I have to do this every single day or I just feel weird. I don't know why. It's called adulting. Look it up. Bed made. Whew. After all that, I've really worked up an appetite. Next. Water, silverware, napkin for my laface. I have really been into cooking lately because I've had time at home, which has been so nice. And I usually was someone that like Uber Eats like 3 or 4 times a week. It was just ridiculously expensive. And B, I was gaining some weight. So I do my best. I mean, this isn't like the most healthy meal. It's like pork chops and like mushrooms and onions with like a lot of butter. But there is something to be said about eating your own food, cooking your own food and eating your own meal. So I've meal prepped. I have this for lunch and also for dinner. But it's so good that I don't care. Little bit of pork chop. God, that's good. I finished my lunch, cleaned up. I am so full. I have a little bit of a stomachache because I ate too fast. Next thing on my self-care list. I'm not sure what I'm gonna watch yet. RuPaul was on SNL last night, so I think I might watch that and some other things, but I can't show you because I don't wanna get demonetized. But I've got a water bottle full of water. I got some snacks. I love to eat these dark chocolate Chip-Its just out of the bag, like they're candy. I think they're mostly used for baking, but I enjoy them. So, see you in a bit. Update. It's now nighttime because I watched some of my shows, had some dinner, and while I was watching my shows, I actually did some coloring, which I find super relaxing. And my good friend Dan got me this amazing coloring book. Here's what I did today. Hey, Blanche. Look at that cheesecake. The next thing is going to be pretty boring to watch me journal. So instead of you watching, I thought I'd just quickly tell you what I journal and why I journal. I was struggling with a bit of confidence, both personally and professionally, to be honest. And a mentor of mine suggested that I start doing a confidence journal. And he told me to go out and pick a journal that speaks to me. This one did. And every day, I split it into 3 categories. The first, I talk about when I felt confident that day. The next category is when I felt less confident that day. And then the third category is what do I notice? What do I notice about what happened that day? What do I notice about what I've been journaling about and how that's been affecting my confidence, both maybe positively or negatively. And it's been really, really, really helpful. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, I finished my journaling and I thought I would film in my bedroom today. First, because you saw me make my bed earlier, but secondly, because today's video is about self-care, and like my bed is so comfy that I thought, what better place to talk about self-care than in my bed. So the reason that I wanted to film this video today, it's sort of a Monday motivation / vlog, if you will, because self-care is something that I've been really working on the last couple of years. If you've been following my journey at all, you know that I started seeing a therapist a couple years ago, and the big thing that I realized is that I was working way too hard and not spending enough time to not only recharge, but take care of myself. And I had to relearn like all of the things that I loved to do and that brought me joy and that helped me recharge. So today, you saw a whole list of those things, from getting up in the morning and stretching and meditating, and then, watching some shows and doing some coloring and journaling and there's a whole slew of other things, but that was just a taste of some of the things that I do to take care of myself and recharge so that, tomorrow and this week, I'll be ready to jump back into work. What I'm hoping with this video today is this has inspired you to look at what are the ways that you practice self-care for yourself. What are the things that you love to do? What are the things that bring you joy? What are the things that help you rest and recharge? It's important for us to find the time. If it's a full day, amazing. I highly recommend it. But if you can't do a full day, find an hour. I know there's a lot of talk about self-care, so I wanted to do this video today just to give you a few examples of things that I found that work for me. Maybe these will be things that work for you or will inspire you to find things that work for you. And if you're not sure where to start, my friend Coach Carrie recently posted on her Instagram 4 questions to ask yourself about self-care. The first is, what worked well for me today? The second is, what didn't work well for me today? The third is, what fueled me today? And the fourth is, what drained me today? I think by answering these questions, you can start to look at the things that are helpful for yourself and the things that aren't helpful and how you can start to balance those two. Obviously, I would love to hear in the comments below some of the things that you all do. I know I've tackled this topic before, but I wanted to do it in a larger way and give you an example. But I would love to hear some of the ways that you all practice self-care. whether it's, small things or whether it's large things. Tell me in the old comments below. And of course, do the old like and subscribe, please. That would be amazing. And as always, you're my new best friend. Call me every 5 minutes. Goodbye.